All right. I will
Okay, you
start.
guys should be good.
Yep. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
All right. Tonight we're going to be, as I mentioned to students a little bit earlier, tonight we are going to be talking about InnoSearch. And we're going to talk a little bit about that from just the standpoint of what it is, what it offers, and all of those things. And then um, I'm actually going to do something a little bit different tonight because really the only real difference between, uh, you know, doing this on an iPhone versus doing it on a computer is that we're using different browsers. So really there's no real distinctual difference at all. So as long as you know how to use Safari and you can go into Safari and type InnoSearch INNOSEARCH dot AI, then you'll get right to the website. You do need to create an account on InnoSearch for it to fully take advantage of its features. But other than that, you should be good to go there. There's some caveats that I'll talk about a bit later that I think people should at least be aware of about InnoSearch. And I will say that I have personally not bought things from the site myself, but these are things that you want to just at least be aware of as we go through here. Okay, so InnoSearch.ai is it's an AI-powered shopping assistant. It supports shopping from all kinds of different websites, from Amazon, Best Buy, bunch of different services that it can handle, including even the purchasing of or at least searching for flights and even groceries and all of those type of things. The cool thing about it is it's done with accessibility in mind, as we all know that if we shop on if I say the word, it's going to make my device go off. But if we shop on Amazon, there we go. Then I think I said it quietly enough. Oh, it's whispering back at me. No, that's interesting. Stop. Okay. So I have a A-Lady device. I have a couple of them here sitting here. And so need to be careful about the words I use. Okay. So it has an accessible interface, so it's really kind of meant specifically for us. Okay. It supports product searching, price comparisons, reviews of products. So, if you want to read about what others have said about specific products, you can even do flight and grocery bookings if you wanted to. So, it's kind of cool that way. The real first mission here is accessibility first. It's clutter-free, great screen reader experience. It integrates directly into Be My Eyes, so you can use that as well in combination with it. There's also a to sort of stay sort of we're just so everybody knows, there's also a partnership with NFB. So if you make purchases through InnoSearch, then they get a portion of the funds back to the National Federation of the Blind. So for those that might not have known, they're partnering together to add additional features and ensuring accessibility and all of those things. So it's kind of cool that way. So the way it works is it uses generative AI, just like if you were to, we talked about other services before, but it basically uses AI to be able to scrape this data. It aggregates data from multiple retailers and provides comparison data to be able to provide you the ability of making the best purchase for the best price. Revenue comes from affiliate commissions, not markups. So you're getting the official prices that are shown on these websites. They're not marking it up. So for example, if you're buying an Echo Dot for say $49 or $39, whatever the price is, they're not adding $10 or $15 to it to mark that up to make more money. what they're doing is they're solely basing their revenue stream on the commissions that they would get from affiliate links. Okay. They're highly engaging with communities and events. They often will post trivia nights and other activities over Zoom. Active on social media and on podcast platforms. So what I thought I would do here is I'm going to differ slightly, and I think you're going to get a better audio experience with me doing it this way. Let me first slow down my speech here. And let's go here. There we go. And I'm going to share my screen. I think I have the ability to share my screen. Let me see. Oh no. Audio, stop my video, Alt plus V, video settings, ellipsis, button menu. Open participants, more options for open chat, more options for react, comma, and open AI companion panel, meeting info, open apps panel, more meeting, leave, comma, alt, sign in button, meeting security button, view button menu, speaker video rent, video content, John, mute, comma, currently unmuted, comma, alt plus A button. Okay, I do not have the ability to share my screen the way that John had set up the room, so we will do it through the iPhone because that's the only choice we have. So let me open up the iPhone here and I'll slow down my speech rate on that. Just 1 second here. And I will get Safari going. And we'll also show you how you can add an InnoSearch icon to your home screen as well. Website here. So just give me a second here. I'm typing in the URL right now. Okay. All right. Okay, so, and I just want to check one thing here. I'm going to go to, I just want to check one thing before I demonstrate it first here. Options. One second, sorry. 15, 20, star, 100, go into meeting. Oh. Hello? Hello? Hello?
2.
Interesting. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we're here. Do you hear the music in the background?
I do, and I have a phone icon on my screen.
Yeah, I don't.
Guys, just let me check. Shirley, can you hear them?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'm going to cut my mic and I'm out of here.
Thank you, John.
Hey, John. Okay.
Yeah. Jeff?
Is there any chance that you can make me the host of the meeting so I can share my? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll make a co-host. That's not a problem. Okay.
Okay. All right. All right, so let's keep going here. So I have the page up here. Let me. Okay, I'm gonna unplug my headphones now. Okay, so I have the InnoSearch website up on my screen, and I'll turn the volume up on my phone here. So as loud as we're gonna go here today. Oh, it's kind of low, isn't it? Interesting. Wonder why that is. Let's see.
Voiceover on. Safari. Lines. Speaking rate. Speech volume. 100%. Audio ducking.
All right. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is adding this this website to your home screen. And this is a common feature on the iPhone that if you browse to a website that you frequently want to visit, then you can do this. Now I am running. I don't think this portion of the features have changed, so we'll be careful about this. But at some point, we will talk about iOS. Oh, thank you, John. We will talk about iOS 26, which is the next version of iOS that's coming out. And as we get closer to
Jeff,
that
can I be
release,
heard?
yes, you can.
Okay, look, as far as I'm concerned, you can even end the meeting. I should have just made you host outright, but you have full control now,
Okay.
right?
Yes, I
So
do.
when it's over, just torch it.
I will do it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sounds like a plan. I'm going
Okay.
back on mute.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Left panel window.
Okay, so we're going to talk about this. In iOS 26, we won't cover this a lot right now, but there are quite a number of changes, including quite a number of low vision changes, especially if you have an iPad. There's all kinds of cool new features that are now becoming available. So we'll talk about that as they work on specific specific features and get the bugs worked out of it, because there's it's a beta. All right. So right now I have on the bottom of my screen, because that's how I have mine configured. I have a tab bar down here, backward, forward, share, bookmark, and tabs. And there's on the far right bottom, is tabs. So what we want to do is we want to go to the share icon or the share button. So we're going to double tap on share. And then down in the right-hand corner at the bottom, there is a more button. You can do other things here, like you can add to a reading list. You can add a bookmark. You can copy text from the page. My phone keeps locking here. It's going to do that again. Come on. Okay. Okay. You can copy. You can send stuff to different apps. Kind of depends on what applications you have, but you can send a message and share it with a message with Mail or Messages app. Okay. So those are the things that you can do in the share sheet. We're going to go to more, and when I do that, it brings up a pop-up window here, and it brings up a list of options. And one of these is a button that says add to home screen. So if I double tap on this, it brings up an edit field with InnoSearch.ai in it, because that's the title of the web page. And then there's an add button. So if I double tap on this add button, there we go. It will add it to my home screen. Okay. So it will add it to my home screen. So that's really convenient because once we do that, we can very quickly and easily go ahead and access the website. Okay, so now that I have full control, because I think this is actually going to be, why is it not letting me share my screen? Let's see here. See here. Unless, hold on one. What? I am not getting that option here. Why can't I? Let me see here. Hold 1 second. All right. Well, this is not going to work to let me share my screen tonight, even with full control, and I'm not sure why that's happening. Okay, so let's go back to the iPhone here. Now, up at the top, up the okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so I am, oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm back in Safari here. So up at the top of the screen, you need to use a Google account to sign in. I think you do not need a Google account though here. Let's see. Okay. All right. So who has an item that we want to search for? Barbara, do you got an idea on an item?
We could look for bump dot.
Oh, bump dots. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. So let's go here. So I'm going to double tap on the search field and I'm going to type in bump dots. Okay, so I'm going to now search. And 70 results were found. Oh, come on, phone. Why are we running into such problems tonight? Sorry, everybody.
It's okay. The nature of the beast.
Yes, it's crazy, isn't it? Okay. So you'll get a bunch of options here of items that you can go ahead and figure out which ones you want. So I'm going to start up at the top here. Oh, see, that's interesting. So you're getting like bump dots for like furniture and things, not necessarily for putting on things for an accessibility perspective, isn't it? Oh,
I didn't think about you have to put for blind.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But let's just use this as an example. So it tells you this has free delivery. It's Walmart. It gives you a rating. Tells you the price. They're usually $15, and so it reduces it to, you know, 13 something. Free 30-day return. And then you can chat with InnoSearch directly. So they have a chat bot in here. And then you can add the item to your cart and keep shopping if you wish. Now, you should be able to
Line. Line. Word. Character. Edited. Form controls. Links. Headings.
navigate by heading. There you go. So there's bump dots for blind or low vision. Free delivery. eBay. Oh, they're searching eBay too. $16.99. So they're normally $18.87. So they're reduced on eBay. 30-day return policy. And then you can add them to the cart. So it's a very, very simple, you know.
You want to keep going. It doesn't say add to cart. Unfortunately, once you get it in there, it's hard to find the cart.
Oh, really? Let's see. Let's try it. So I'm going to add this to my cart. So it said added to cart. Okay.
Right.
And so now if I go up to the top of the screen here, let me scroll to the top here. So there's a link up here up at the top that says cart, one item link. So if I double tap on this.
So does it say cart on the top, Jeff?
Yes, it does. So you can double tap on that. And if you double tap on that, it takes you to the cart. And it shows you the one quantity. And you can change that. So if I wanted, like, let's say I wanted 2 of them, I can there we go. So I can go to the quantity here and I can double tap on it. And it presents a series of numbers, which actually is a little easier to deal with on the iPhone than, say, you know, flicking up and down. So let's say I want 3 of these. Okay. So now I have an order, a summary here. So $50.97. Now I'm not going to buy these right now, but
Oh no. But does it say proceed to check out, or what does it say?
Secure Express checkout frame.
yeah, so there's a secure checkout frame. So there's a pay by credit card with Stripe, and that's it. So they use Stripe as their service provider. Now I'm going to warn you a little bit about Stripe here because Stripe loves to use a service called, I believe its name is Link, and this is a service that allows you to enter your credit card information, and then it stores that. So if you ever go back to that website, or you you know, go to other sites that also use Link, then it will already know what your credit card is. I personally, I'll leave that stuff to you, but my advice to you is that I would strongly recommend that you not use Link when you're checking out with it. We saw this on the Bits website because we have added Stripe to our payment process, and we've had users that have talked to us about this. So just be aware of it whenever you're checking out on a website. Be very cognizant of the things that are there. So InnoSearch itself is relatively you know you trying to figure out, my gosh, Amazon changed the look and feel of the web page, or Best Buy changed the look and feel of the website, right? You don't have to worry about things like that. It's built with accessibility in mind, and they're always adding new features, so which makes it really nice. Okay. Let's see. Does anyone have any other questions on InnoSearch at the moment?
I've used it several times, Jeff, and it works just fine.
Yeah, and have you had any
problems with it?
have you had any issues with returns?
They send you a label, and then you have to take it to your nearest UPS store.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So you can't get like that you can't have them pick it up at the house, right?
No, that part they don't do.
Okay. I know that certain carriers will do that, but I didn't know if they allowed for that for like, for those that can't get out or whatever. I think that's one of the disadvantages, but
That
I
that
think,
would be a disadvantage.
yeah.
If you want to look at the flights, they have also flights up there.
Yeah, we can look at flights. Let's see. Let's take a look. So in fact, let's pretend that we're going to the ACB convention, shall we?
Yay, Dallas!
Okay, so let's see. Let's see. It's nice. I like that feature. And I think that there is a, yeah, there's a flights link here. Up at the top of the page, there's flights. So tap on flights. Is this how you bought your flight, Barbara?
I couldn't do it on there, but I would like to see how you do it on there.
But let's just walk through the process together and see what it does, okay? So
Okay.
I'm going to, okay. Oh, I have that setting set to for it to not do that. Okay. All right. So country is US. Booking type. Okay, round trip. That's what I want. One passenger. Ticket class. Okay, so I'm going to assume that it's an economy ticket. Where from? All right, so let's do this.
Tucson.
Tucson, Arizona. Uh-oh. It crashed. Yeah, okay, that worked. Okay, where to? Dallas, Texas, right?
Right.
Dallas, Texas. Now that's going to bring up multiple airports.
Yeah, we want Dallas Fort Worth.
Love Field. I think that's.
No, we don't want Left Field. We want Dallas Fort Worth.
It's only showing me two.
Yeah.
Hello, sorry to bother. My name is Esmeralda. I'm with Workers Power.
Oh, there it is. DFW. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to double tap on that.
I can't talk to you now. I'm in a meeting.
Okay, no worries. I'm gonna leave this here for you, okay?
All right.
And maybe she can tell you about the good stuff that I have to let her know about.
Okay.
Calendar departure date. Description. Select the date. June 19th, 2025. Description.
All right. So now this is.
Description. Select the date. June 19th, 20th day. Depart year. The return date. Calendar.
Oh, this is interesting. So this is a little tricky.
Yeah, because I couldn't find that date thing. That's what killed me.
Select the date.
All right. So there is a select a date with a pop-up button. So I'm going to double tap on it.
Friday, July 4th, 2025.
All right. So here's July 4th.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Okay. So I'm going to leave
Saturday, July 5th.
July 5th,
Date menu. Dismiss.
and I'm going to
Now,
dismiss
how'd you
that.
find July 4th and July 5th? What did you do?
So I double tapped on the from date, or the departure date, right?
Uh-huh,
Or the, when I want to leave to go,
right,
when I want to go, on the first leg of my trip.
right.
And then it brings up a list of dates, and I move my finger to the bottom and then flick to the left, and it found July 4th and 5th.
Oh, gee, I couldn't do
Okay.
that.
Okay. So yeah, and sometimes that will bring up a picker. It kind of just depends on the process that you're using here. Okay.
For departure date. Description. Select the date. June 19th, 2025.
Oh, isn't that interesting? So it did not select it. So let's see why here.
July 5th.
All right, so I'm going to select that Saturday. There's a next. Oh no, that takes you to the next month. There we go. Okay, so I double tapped on it. It closed the calendar. So now I'm going to select when I'm leaving. And in this case, I want to leave on the 11th. How's that?
Oh, you changed the date? We're not leaving on July 5th?
No, I left on July 5th. I'm coming home on the 11th.
Oh, you're doing what you come home on. Oh, okay, so all right, you got July 5th in? Okay,
Yep. And then there's a search flights button. So it's searching for flights. 44 flights.
Any stop. Pop-up button. 0 carry-on bag. Button.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So you have all kinds of filters here. 0 carry-on bags. Any stops. Okay, so I'm going to change that.
To 9 stop?
I want to go non-stop only, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's what I want. Now that takes it down to 44. And you want to be able to take some bags, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to search flights again. Okay. So the way this works is that you're filtering here, and that should narrow down the results.
Airport name, us. Departure stop 050 departure time. American. Heading airline. Heading level 5.
All right, so now it's going to show you each flight.
American.
Here's American. Departure time 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, that's fun. You're going to leave Tucson.
International travel time. 2 hours 19
2 hours and 19 minutes. Non-stop. That's cool. That's a non-stop. But you don't get there till 9:19. Now that's because of the 2 hour time change.
Why? The 2 hour
Right.
time difference.
Right. Okay. And then it tells you what airport you're arriving to.
Heading level 5. $391.
$391. I think we got a cheaper flight than that. But I don't think ours was nonstop.
Travel class. Heading economy. Select flight 1. Button.
Okay, so I can select the flight. So for sake of time, I'll select the flight.
Ellipsis. Searching for flights. Ellipsis. Found. 102 flights. Travel time. Heading level 5. 2 hours 19 m. Should return. Found. Should return flights. Found.
Oh, so what you have to do is you have to select your return flight now.
Hmm.
West flight. Flight 1. Price. $. 391. Heading right Baron. Airline.
I see. Okay, so what you have to do, this is interesting. So what you do when you have selected the first flight, it then goes out and it looks for the next flight because you want to return home, right?
Right.
So it now knows that you're leaving on the 11th, so it's gonna go out and search,
American.
and it doesn't change the total price because it's $391. It depending upon the flight that you choose, it probably would go up or down based on, well, probably up more than likely. Lucky you. Let's see here. Okay.
Your airport name.
So it leaves at 2 o'clock, nonstop. And you get back to Tucson around 2:48. That's cool, right? So you get there almost about the same time you left.
Does it say what airline that is?
Uh-huh. It says it's American.
American.
And then it says select flight 2. So this is going to be your second flight. Now,
Place the name. Ellipsis. The name. Main select price. First check bag free.
okay, so first check bag free.
The name. Main select. Price. $761.
Oh no. Oh wow. So they're going to charge you for both flights. That's expensive. Wow. $761. You would have thought that it would have combined as a trip.
Wow.
We change.
Wow. Huh.
Well, anyway, we know how to do it now.
Yeah, so basically the basic rule of thumb here is the calendar is the tricky part.
That's
So
the part I couldn't
yeah,
do.
so the from date and the the departure date and the return date, you basically are going to find that button that's going to say from date, and you'll flick to the right, and then it will say departure date, and then it will say button. You'll double tap on that. Then the easiest way that I have found to do this is to take your finger and put it down on the bottom right, just slightly above on your screen, and it should say dismiss button. And then if you flick to the left, it should show the most recent dates that are appearing on the screen. There is a next button. So let's say that you wanted to fly in like October, then you could move to October and then select a date from the calendar there. If you simply double tap on the date, it automatically fills it in, and then you can move down the screen and select the return date. Then it brings up the list, and you can then select the flight that you want. I'm going to have to play with that a bit more because it's kind of deceiving to me in that normally if you book a flight, they generally try to bundle them together such that you're not paying double the price necessarily for, 2 tickets. Because right now it looks like that would be $391 one way plus another $391. Now it could be that's right because Like we're what, 2 weeks away from what, 2 weeks away? Is that right? Two
Well,
and a half?
John just booked his weekend and he didn't pay that, so.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? So I would like to learn a little bit more. I will play more with that and see why that's happening, because one would think that it should try to price it such that it's going to give you the lowest price for both flights, right?
That's what you would think.
Well, that's what it should be doing. I don't know that I trust that necessarily. So
But
I
it would
think,
be a good place to get information. So
yes,
you would
you
know
can at
what
least,
price, and then
yes,
I
you
would
can at
just
least,
call up the American Airlines and book it for them.
well, exactly. So what you can do is find out what's available, and then, if you've got miles or whatever, then you can do that, that kind of stuff. So that makes it really, really nice. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions on InnoSearch? And if not, we're going to open it up for just generic iOS questions tonight too. So before we,
I have a question. Hi, Jeff. My name is Shirley.
yeah, hi, Shirley.
On that info search, can you search for celebrities or anything besides hard goods?
InnoSearch is really designed for shopping. So do you mean you mean like for purchasing tickets, like going to a concert?
Yes, or music history, for instance.
I don't think music history would be here. Again, it's for shopping. I don't think, here, 1 second. I'm going to look here real quick. I don't
I was
think,
just checking to see. I was
let me
just thinking.
see.
I was just checking to see if they only do shopping. If they only do shopping, then that's what I would use that for.
Yeah, you mainly would use this for shopping. It's not really intended for booking a concert or booking a hotel.
No, it's all good, like anything you would get from Walmart, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
For low vision people, it does have ability of turning on dark mode on the website, so that makes it really nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions, Shirley?
Nope, that covered it.
All right, very good. Any other questions on InnoSearch that we can talk about?
The nice part is once you get your information in, you don't have to do it all over again.
No, you do
Once
not.
you
Yeah.
put in your home address, your email, all that stuff, then it's done. It doesn't keep asking you the same thing all over again.
And they have a lot of information here on shipping and, information on shipping and returns. So, they're very, very upfront about how that works. Now, if the only reason I tend to stick with, Amazon and things like that is because Amazon has and I just don't know. I don't know how liberal their return policies are, and they're probably just fine. They have a 30-day return policy, or at least they probably show you for each thing that you're adding to your cart what the actual return policy is. But I have found, Barbara, how quickly have you gotten your stuff from them? Does it come pretty fast?
Yeah. And what's nice is you don't have to have Amazon Prime. So in other words,
that's sweet.
You can do less than $35, whatever you want.
And can you get it next day?
Discounted, so it's always like $1 or $2 cheaper.
Can you get it next day? Or
yes,
I don't know.
Jeff?
Yeah.
Jeff?
Yep.
I'd like to interject for a second.
Sure.
You can get speedy delivery from Amazon, but I have one caveat. Amazon will come out and deliver stuff to your house, and they will leave it in your carport.
Yes, they will.
They will not necessarily ring the bell. Okay?
Yeah, we've learned
and
that the hard way.
They did that today with when they delivered the bed today, they delivered the bed frame first and said, I signed for it, which I did not. And the guy never rang the bell. And then when they delivered the mattress and stuff, they would have left it outside, but we were watching for them. That's the only caveat I have against Amazon.
Yeah, it's not just Amazon though. There's other services that are just as bad about delivery. Like Walmart sometimes will not ring the doorbell, and if you've ordered ice cream and it's 110 outside,
Good luck with
then
that.
you're gonna have a
Yeah.
puddle of a mess, right? So
Right.
that makes it really difficult. InnoSearch even allows you to call over the phone and make your payment as well. So
Correct.
yep, which is very, very cool. I think that's very good for a lot of people who can't manage that doing it online. So
Oh, can you tell me how to spell it? Is that INNO?
INNINOSEARCH dot
Okay.
AI.
Thank you. Okay. Perfect.
Now there is a user menu option on the top of the page, and you can select a login link here. And you can either enter your own username and password, or you can sign in with Google. And above the login, there's a sign up link. So if I select sign up here, and I'll do that right now. So I'll select sign up here. And you type in your name. So I'm typing in my name. And then you type in your email. Since this is going to be recorded and everything, I'm not going to let you hear that for spam reasons. And I'm going to type in a password. So you fill in password. Then if you have a friend code, Barbara, do you have a code?
Code what?
Well, you can refer friends, see? And then if they make purchases, then you get money back. So,
Oh,
okay, so I'm going to press
I didn't
enter
know
on
that.
sign up. And that's it. I'm now signed up. Now I'm sure. Okay, so I'm signing in here. Okay, and I'm looking to see if I have gotten an email from them, and I suspect that I have. I have, and I think I need to confirm. So let's see. Okay, no, it's just a welcoming me message here. I wanted to see here real quick here. So I'm going to go back to the user menu. So when you go back to the user menu, once you've logged in, there are 7 items that you can select from. You can select your profile. So that's information based on what that you can provide to them about you specifically. There's an orders link. So this allows you to go back and look at your prior orders. You can look at flights, rewards, addresses. So you can put people's addresses in here, right? So if you commonly ship stuff to Barbara or me or whoever, and you can bookmark items and they'll stay in your bookmark list here. So you can go back and look at prior items that you've marked as a favorite that you maybe want to return to. And then there's a log out button there. So that's pretty much it here. If I go to profile, then you can fill in things like your name, and let's see. I see. So this is not going to let you fill in anything else. If you knew addresses link, which is just above the profile section. And by the way, when you do that, it tells you, if you read that line again, it tells you that's the page you're on. It says it tells you it's current, which is very nice. And your addresses, and that there's a heading for it. And I can add an address. So if I type in my address here, so I'm going to type in my name, my phone number, and then you type in your address, and it looks like I want to check this. Yes. So this auto completes. So I typed in the first few characters of my address. I won't say the address. And then I simply pressed the down arrow key, and it does a automatic lookup of my address, which is really nice. So it told me my full address. I'm going to press enter, and it probably fills in. Yep, Tucson, United States. It even got the zip code right. So it fills in all of that in for you. And it got country, zip code, and then state. Make it's a checkbox. And then I'm going to click save here, or press the space bar on the save button. Okay, because I'm on my computer right now. And so now I have an address defined here, which means I can probably select it when I'm checking out and making my payment for a product. So that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen, about InnoSearch. It's a relatively easy site to deal with. It's not too complicated. You can either, again, create an account using your just email address, and then you have to specify a password, or you can sign in with your Google account. So if you have a Gmail account, then you can sign in with that, and it will automatically know who you are at that point. I don't think it pulls over your address profile information from Google, but then you don't have to remember a different password if you wanted to use a Google account. Okay. All right. Before we move away from InnoSearch, does anyone else have any questions on the product itself? And I thank you for chiming in with details from your user experience as well. Any other questions? All right. So tonight I would like to open it up because we haven't done this actually since I started doing these, and I think it's a good idea to do that. Like once a quarter or so, and at least give people an opportunity to get their specific questions that they might have answered. So if you have any specific either iOS, iPhone, iPad questions, or really any computing question, I'll take it. So if anyone has any of those, then I would be happy to entertain them and answer any of those questions for you. Does anyone have any questions this evening? Everyone knows everything.
No. Here's Barbara.
Hey, Barbara.
We're working on text messages, and
Yes.
we will tap on a conversation, and you're supposed to be able to to flick up, and it's supposed to come up with the more button so that you could forward that conversation.
Ah.
And the problem I'm having, it's not always coming up with the more button. So then I can't forward it. And then my other problem is I can't copy the conversation because my rotor won't work. And I know there is a copy command up there, but I've never tried that.
Okay, so let me find a message that I can safely deal with here. All right. Okay, so let's just pretend here. I have a message up on my screen here from my wife. and so I've opened up the Messages app, and I'm going to move. Now I've opened up the message itself, meaning that
Right.
I've double tapped on it. Okay, which is
Right.
which is what you have to do if you want a forward one. So you need to come over here.
There. Text decorated by here. 2:55 p.m.
All right. So she sent me this text message at
Right.
2:55 on Wednesday. Okay.
Okay.
So
Read in.
stupid phone. Okay. So there we go. Okay. All right. All right. So now I can drag it, and then there's more. So I'm flicking up.
Oh, the more is right there. Sometimes that more is not there. I don't.
Yeah. So I double tap on more.
There. Yesterday 2:55. There. Vertical scroll. Over. Delete. Messages. There. Vertical. Over. Forward. Forward.
So I can forward it, or I can delete it. Okay.
Okay, does the copy come up too?
I
There.
don't think so. I think what I have to do there. Let's see. Let me get out of this because it's
Well, let's try forwarding it first, and then we'll get out of it.
all right. So if I double tap on forward, I'll send it to my son here.
Okay, so did it come up with airdrop and all the different things?
No, it actually comes up with just the to field because it knows that if you're forwarding, you're going to want to send it via a message. Okay, so I'm going to
But what if you wanted to send it to your email?
Oh, I see.
Because that's what I want to do. I don't want to keep it as a text. I want to send it to my email.
Ah, okay. So what you can do is you should be able to flick up and select copy, and that will copy it to the clipboard, and then you can paste the message wherever you want to put it. So then you can open up your mail client.
Let's see if you can do it. See if it works.
Oh, I think it will. So let's go here. I'm going to open up Outlook. This is the mail client I use. I'm going to compose a message, and I'm going to go to the body. Yep.
So you were able to paste that message from your wife into the body?
Yep. Yep. So there's her message.
So that
I can
copies
actually,
it. Okay.
yep, I can actually see the text there, and it pasted it in. Now let's see if I.
So when you had to double tap in that message, did you have to hit paste or did it just come in?
No, you have to go to the edit on the rotor, and then flick up to paste or flick down to paste, and then double tap on paste.
Oh, because I didn't.
It's not going to do that automatically. No.
Oh.
No, not at all. Okay. So yeah, you can do that on a message. And that makes it really nice. So you can copy it and do what you need to do there. Okay. So yep, that's how you do it. Any other questions?
Yeah, but when you forwarded it, did it come up with the email choice?
No, it only came up with a message choice because I'm forwarding from
come
within
up
the
with
messages app.
AirDrop or email.
No, because you normally you'll get that if you're in another application that is not necessarily communication related, or you would use a share command in this case to do that. If you want to share something with another app, you would then share it, and then you'll get things like whether or not you want to send it via AirDrop or messages or mail or copy it to the clipboard or anything like that, right? So I don't think that you can. I'm sure there's a way to share it. Let me see here. I don't think now this app this app has changed a little bit, but I think, let's see here. Let me get out of this. Now, if I select, yeah, see, I only get forward, translate, dictate, message. Oh, wait. Copy, writing tools, lookup, translate, or forward. So I'm not getting an option. I'm not getting an option to share in messages. Let me see. Because see, if I actually look at this, with like I have a bunch of threads here with people. I wouldn't want to necessarily send someone the whole thread. I may want to only just send one message. So I don't think that I can do attach, copy, select, more. Yeah, the only options I get on more are delete and forward. So from here, I don't think that I can share it. Now, that seems like an interesting problem, doesn't it? I don't think that there is a way. If I double tap and hold on it,
Menu, more. Select off the add block bear and custom tab back paper. Okay, and the minute face with up red up face switch up down thumbs up hard.
hee.
Dismiss contact.
Okay. And if I go to more,
Messages. Selected. Bear.
yeah, see? So even if you double tap and hold on the message, you're not getting that share option for that.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
All right. That answers that. Okay, Annie, we need a question.
I'm looking. All right, anyone else with a question tonight? We're about 15 minutes to the top of the hour.
Shirley, do you have a question?
I'm having a lot of problems with my Earthlink email.
Oh, your Earthlink
Ever
email.
since they did that, yeah, ever since they did that iOS update of 18.03, that completely screwed up my email.
So you can't get your email on your iPhone anymore?
I can get the email on the iPhone, but they changed the way everything functions. It's not the same.
What's different about it?
Well, for instance, if I want to look into an email, I now have a different menu where I have to go up to the top and find this more button to see if I get more, what do you call them, transactions?
Or more messages?
Like I tap on the more button, and then it'll say reply, unread, move, or move to spam.
Oh, interesting.
Kind of button.
So when did you notice this changed? Was it after you upgraded to iOS 18?
I didn't upgrade to iOS 18.3. They did that automatically, and unfortunately, it screwed up my email big time.
Okay. So
I lost a lot of stuff. I lost a lot of the different functions that used to be there.
They're there, they're just different.
Yes, they are.
So I think that's going to probably be our next topic that we'll take on in the next meeting, because that's actually quite big. And it's a good one to cover because honestly, some things did change. And I think we could show you ways to um, put back the experience that you probably have seen in the past. So that sounds like a really,
Right.
really, really great topic to cover.
You
So
know how many people freaked out over that?
yeah, yeah,
Oh
it
my
was.
God.
I
It was
personally like, and maybe we can cover both of them at the same time. I personally like the Outlook app from Microsoft, which is another mail client. It's free,
right,
by the way. It's free, so you don't have
right.
to pay for it. Um, I think, in my opinion, it offers a much more I mean, this is just my opinion, but I think it offers a much cleaner interface for mail and calendaring for that matter. So you can use your calendar and you can use, so you can look at messages with it as well. And I find that it's actually easier to work with than say mail or calendar on the iPhone itself. So I think what we'll do
The
are we meeting in July or are we meeting in
No,
August?
we're skipping July. We'll meet back in August.
Okay. So in August, um, we will talk about mail and Outlook. And that will be a really involved meeting because there's a lot of things to cover there. So that will be a meeting that we will
well,
want to spend quite a bit of time together
I will
on. And
tell
and,
you,
and
Jeff.
I would try to get as many people there as you can because this is going to be one that I think a lot of people would get a lot of value out of as well. Yeah, go ahead.
Jeff, I will
Yeah.
tell you, I agree with you about Microsoft Outlook because I use that as a working professional when I worked at Mattel.
Yep.
That's one of the best email apps to be in.
Yeah, well,
Basically,
it's a great app. It looks a lot different than the Mail app, in that it's got some interesting features unto itself. For example, the way that the calendar works, you don't actually get
right,
a list of events like you do, that are showing on the screen at once, and you have to flick between the events, right?
right.
The calendar in Outlook provides for two um, picker fields. One is the date, and one is the events for that date. And so
Okay,
if you want to look at, let's say today is the 19th, right? Well, and today's Juneteenth. And so let's say we want to
right.
look at items for tomorrow. You would touch the date picker and flick up with your finger, and it would say June 20th. And then you just flick over to the right, and you'll see all of your items there. So you can quickly see, well, what is going on today. So you can see that you've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 events, whatever you have for that day. And if you want to look at
Right.
one, you can simply double tap on it and it brings it up. You can look at all the information. You can join Zoom meetings directly from it. It's got a join button right there. So you just double tap, boom. As long as the link is in the meeting, then it knows and it just takes you right in.
Okay.
Um, so it's got really, really great features for that. Now, if you're dealing with people who, if you are working, which I know many of you are probably not at this point, but if you were, or if you are working with people and scheduling a meeting and they have, you're communicating with a server that would support this, it would automatically let you know when they're free or they're busy as well. And that's all fully accessible. So it's really, really nice.
Okay.
The other cool thing
Okay.
about and we'll talk about these next time, but the other really cool thing about Outlook is, who likes watching television? You guys watch TV much?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
So wouldn't it be cool to be able to get TV listings inside of your Outlook app so you know what's on TV that night?
Mm.
Yeah. So you can do that too, as well as baseball and football and basketball stuff. You can get sports and you can get all kinds of different calendars that you can add to your Outlook and be able to view all that information. So it's very, very cool. It has a lot of really cool features that um, you would have to pay for in other applications like Fantastical. So,
Okay.
okay. Any other questions tonight?
This is
No,
Annie.
but I think most of us have the Apple Calendar.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah.
That's
So
the
we'll talk.
one we generally use is the Apple Calendar.
Yeah, yeah. We'll show you different options. Okay, someone else had a question?
This is Annie.
Hi, Annie.
I'm using Gmail, and
Okay.
when I want to trash an email, down at the bottom, there's a move button. There's also an archive button, which sometimes, depending on the day, for whatever reason, becomes trash. And I can trash directly. Otherwise, I have to move it, select it, and move it to trash.
So you're
So-
using the Gmail app?
Yes.
Okay.
And once in a while, instead of hitting move, I've hit archive.
Yeah,
And-
that goes to your all mail items.
Okay, archive goes to all mail.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it basically archives it, meaning that it doesn't delete it, it just moves it to your all mail folder. And then it remembers that and knows that, so if you ever wanted to go back and get it, you can search for it and find the message.
Oh, I never noticed that. I thought, oh, where is it?
Yeah, that goes into all mail. Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Absolutely. Sure. Okay. Any other questions? Well, I want to hope that all of you stay safe. Tomorrow is supposed to be, again, very, very warm. We're supposed to get to 107 tomorrow. Not as hot as today, but we're going to be out of the hundreds after tomorrow for a few days.
Yay.
So that's
Yay.
good. So I will
Really?
return. So go ahead, John.
Yeah, okay. I'm just hanging out, I guess, so I can bring it to a closure. It doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah,
But,
that's fine. We're almost done. So in August, we will be talking about mail, calendar, Outlook, and that I think will cover a good 2-hour segment. So that's what we will have on our docket for next time. Everyone should go sign up for InnoSearch. Barbara, don't you get like a free $10 or something on your first purchase?
First order. You sure do.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You
go
do.
get your free $10. And
Or if
you
you
know,
say if you say she recommended it, how does who gets the 10?
yeah,
How does that happen?
I don't know that. There's
All
a
right.
there's a field for it when you sign up for the account, but I don't know where you
Because I
find.
may sign up for it. I just listened to an old maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Freedom Scientific did a thing on this very in InnoSearch.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
just
have not
listened to
had
it
a
this
chance to
morning.
look at
So
that. So
mm.
yeah, that's cool. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna
Okay.
call it a
Thank
night.
you, Jeff.
You're more than
Okay, I'm
welcome.
gonna
Absolutely. And I look forward to seeing all of you in
Thank you, Jeff.
August. And hopefully we'll be cooler and the monsoon storms will stay away. Okay. So, all right, John, you want to kill us?
yeah, well,
Take us out.
okay, let's see.